Stoic fire, karma's flame. Ignite unshakable self-belief like ancient warriors. Welcome to a journey that bridges the fierce bravery of ancient warriors with the inner fire that fuels modern success. In the next 15 to 20 minutes, we will ignite a resilient self-belief that can stand on its own when the world throws storms your way. Are you ready to set ablaze the Stoic fire within you? Let's begin. Philosophy Spotlight, Stoicism. Stoicism, born in Greece and refined in Rome, teaches that the only thing truly within our control is our own mind. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who wrote Meditations in the heat of battle, reminds us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The core principle is simple. External circumstances are indifferent. How we interpret them is our craft. From this philosophy, 3 lessons shine for life and business today. 1. Discipline breeds freedom. By training your thoughts to remain calm, you free yourself from the tyranny of panic and can respond with purpose. 2. Resilience is a choice. Adversity will always arrive. What matters is that you choose to learn from it, not to become defeated. 3. Clarity is power. When your mind stays clear of needless emotions, decision-making becomes a precise act of strategy rather than a chaotic sprint. These principles echo through every chapter we'll explore. Each section will illuminate an ancient parable, lift it into the context of our times, and show you a concrete way to ignite that stoic fire in yourself and your business. Chapter 1. Fire of the Warrior. In the age of Sparta, the young warrior Leonidas faced the daunting threat of Persian forces. Yet his preparation was not about weapons, it was about the mind. "I will live with honor," he told his comrades, focusing on the discipline inside. When the Hellenic legions finally collided with the vast Persian army, the Spartans fought with a relentless, calm resolve that made them feared and legendary. The lesson for today's leaders is that true power lies in the discipline of the inner life, not in the trappings of status or prestige. In a startup that experiences market volatility, the founder who keeps calm, focused on what can be actively changed, becomes a pillar of steadiness for the team. Practical example, start each day by writing down 3 key priorities. When a crisis emerges, pause for 1 minute, breathe, and ask yourself, which of these items will I still prioritize in this new context? Redirect your energy accordingly. Conclusion: your internal fire burns brightest when you choose what you control each day, no matter how big the external storm. Reflective question: when did the last time you felt calm in the face of crisis? What thoughts guided that calm? Call to action. If you found this perspective useful, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that ignite unstoppable self-belief. Chapter 2. Karma's Beacon. In ancient China, the philosopher Laozi warned that the sage does not plan, but the world itself follows. The Chinese imperial advisor Wu Zixu, after the fall of the Shang dynasty, harnessed this idea. Instead of lashing out, Wu chose to study the patterns of change. In doing so, he built a network that eventually toppled the ruling house. For modern entrepreneurs, this parable means aligning actions with the natural flow of the market, rather than warping it. When you cultivate a reputation for integrity and consistency, the karma of the industry responds. Customers trust you, partners collaborate, and opportunities arise naturally. Practical example, review your last major business decision. Did you act based on short-term gain or long-term harmony? Realign by committing to a single guiding principle, e.g., value over volume, and let that principle guide all future choices. Conclusion: your personal karma becomes a beacon that attracts outcomes aligned with your true purpose. Reflective question: how often do you align your decisions with a core set of values rather than external pressure? Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe to keep your mind aligned with the flow of purposeful success. Chapter 3. The Vigilant Heart. Greek myths are replete with heroes who guard the fragile line between success and failure. Heracles, after completing his 12 labors, was never complacent. Each task required vigilance to avoid hubris. Even after the final lion, he remained ever watchful because the next test could arise at any moment. In business, leaders who cultivate a vigilant heart remain ready for any new challenge, whether it's a sudden tech shift, a public relations crisis, or a competitor's breakthrough. The heart that never falls asleep is the engine of innovative resilience. Practical example: implement a quick pause ritual. After every major decision or project milestone, take 10 minutes to reflect. What possible risks could emerge? Plan a contingency for each. Conclusion: when your heart is vigilant, the path forward is a map drawn by readiness and foresight. Reflective question: in what ways do you currently guard against complacency in your daily work? Call to action: like, share, and subscribe to stay vigilant on your path to unshakable self-belief. Chapter 4: Sword of Courage. The Indian epic, the Mahabharata, tells of Arjuna, who hesitated before the battlefield. At that moment, his charioteer, Krishna, reminded him that his duty required courageous, focused action. The parable illustrates that courage is not about absence of fear, but about acting in spite of it. Every battle, personal or professional, demands that sword of courage to carve truth from doubt. Courage in an organization equates to creating a culture where team members feel safe to innovate, propose radical ideas, and admit mistakes. When courage thrives, growth accelerates. Practical example: as a leader, conduct monthly, open-floor sessions where anyone can pitch ambitious ideas, no matter how unconventional. Celebrate attempts regardless of outcome, framing failures as experiments. Conclusion: courage is the catalyst that transforms an ordinary team into a warrior crew prepared to conquer new frontiers. Reflective question: when faced with an uncomfortable decision, do you hold still or leap forward? Call to action: like, share, and subscribe to empower your team with the courage to shape tomorrow. Chapter 5: Shield of Peace. The Romans had a creed: fortune favors the brave, but discipline favors the calm. Roman soldiers carried not only swords but also a shield that guarded both body and mind. They learned to harness their breath, to remain centered amid chaos. The shield, emblematic of inner peace, transformed them from fearful fighters into stoic guardians of civilization. Today, when the marketplace turns volatile, that shield becomes your inner calm. Meditation, gratitude journaling, and deliberate detachment from outcomes are your modern shields against stress. Practical example: establish a daily 3-minute breathing exercise before logging into work. Use a simple rhythm: inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, repeat until you feel centered. Conclusion: cultivating a shield of peace protects the mind, allowing strategic brilliance to flourish under pressure. Reflective question: how would your performance change if you walked into every day with the calm of a shielded warrior? Call to action: like, share, and subscribe so you can build your shield of peace and lead with resilient confidence. Final reflection: you have now traversed the ages, drawing fire from Stoic discipline, the steady flame of karma, the vigilant heart of Greek heroes, the courageous sword of Indian warriors, and the shield of Roman calm. Each lesson is a spark that, when fed with intention, becomes an unshakable self-belief that fuels your personal growth, your business ambitions, and your legacy. Remember, your inner fire burns brightest when you harness the disciplined mind, align actions with purpose, stay ready for the unseen challenges, act with bold courage, and protect your spirit with peace. Carry these flames forward. Use them to light the path for yourself and for those who follow. Thank you for journeying with us. If you felt this script kindled the fire within, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that blend ancient wisdom with modern mastery. Until next time, stay stoic, stay courageous, and let your flame blaze fearlessly.